Okay, I'm going to say something really controversial. Budget can be a bad word. I know that's crazy coming from a financial expert, third generation, 25 years experience, finance and accounting. However, sometimes we're leaning so many times into budgeting, it could be a bad thing because we forget to focus on the faith that God will provide because we're so obsessed with the fear and the lack of what we don't have. Some people use budgeting as a tool for fear. That tool that I'm negative. There's no way this is ever going to happen. And they live in fear all the time instead of leaning into the faith that God will provide it. Let's sit in strategy instead of just the suffering and the struggle and going into our success. By leaning into our faith, Philippians 4:6 says this, do not be anxious, do not be worried, but sit back in prayer and in petition and thanksgiving that I'm going to provide what? All of your needs. I need you to specifically ask for them. Are you specifically ask God, these are my needs. This is what I want to do. And I have the faith that you're going to do it. And I know that sounds super cheesy. Yes, I'm a financial expert, but I've also started over after divorce. I've been laid off as an executive. And then 1 month after my wedding, blended family wedding with 6 boys, my husband's injured his spine. He loses his job. My income went from supporting a family of 3 to supporting a family of 8. I know what it's like to suddenly get a curveball. I know what the stress. I know the stress of when all of a sudden you can't make your house payment. You can't make your car payment because all of a sudden things have shifted. I get it. But this is where I have learned to lean into my faith and not my fear. Because if I lean into fear, I'm going to be paralyzed. That lack mindset's going to get me nowhere. But leaning into my faith, okay, God, we're in this season for a reason. This is the message in my mess. This is for the glory you're going to bring from this crazy story. What's the faith in your story? When you are budgeting, when you're looking at your money, stewarding, I like to call it more of a plan for abundance than a budget. I like the plan for abundance because this is God's plan, what he's about to do when I lean into the faith instead of my fear. So how can you lean into faith instead of fear in your finances, in managing your money, your plan for abundance? Sit down. I want you to draw a picture. Get out some colored pencils, markers, whatever, and a piece of paper, and you're going to do this. This is the money you currently have coming in. These are current your expenses. Draw a picture out of it. Make it flowers. Make it shapes. Make it something that you in your mind understand. Now, another piece of paper, draw the picture you want, you desire, so you visually can see this is what I want to bring in. This is what I'm going to give out, whether it's bills, owing, giving, growing, investing. What do you want your picture to be like? What do you want it to look like? And then we're going to sit down with the 2 different pictures and what's going to be our strategy. And sit with God, okay, what's going to be my strategy to get from this picture that I don't like how it looks, but to get to this picture? This is my goal. This is my dream. When we visually see something, we put it into memory and we can make it happen by leaning into our faith, not our fear, not the restriction and the lack and the poverty mindset that we've been taught when we're budgeting, but lean into that plan for abundance that God has called for you.